So Kimberly Guilfoyle gave a speech at the Republican convention, and it was meant to inspire people. And she did, kind of. She inspired people to make a lot of memes. Her speech was like 6 minutes long, but the only thing people really remember are like the last 15 seconds. If you haven't seen it yet, here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
It's like the perfect storm of everything that can go wrong during a speech. Like, very rarely do you see a speech that probably went worse than it did in her nightmare of how it would go the night before. She delivers the speech like she's speaking to an audience of millions, which she is, but nobody's there. So it feels awkward. And then all she can do is smile at the end. Her delivery is like something like General Hux would do in The Force Awakens.
To the First Order, and we'll remember this as
the best is yet to come.
Just for that, had there been an audience, it probably still would have been memed. It was just like a really over-the-top delivery. She's kind of like how there was always that one person in class who would deliver their class speech to like, it was like an arena of people, but there was only 8 of you in the classroom, and it was at the end of the day and everyone was just tired and wanted to go home. Everybody else who gave a speech knew, okay, there's no audience. We're not gonna go overboard like we would have if there were a crowd. We're gonna just play it like normal. Dial it back a little bit. There's not gonna be a crowd. We're gonna deliver it like we are to just a single camera, because that's all that's there. Instead, she goes even more overboard than you would if there was a crowd. While the manager backstage is probably like, hey, Kimberly, it's time to get off the stage now. Kimberly. 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 No, just leave her up there. Now, when something like this happens, the first thing you have to do is check Twitter immediately, because you know there's going to be so many memes. And Twitter did not let anyone down. The memes have just been nonstop. I've been reading through the memes all morning, and we're gonna take a look at some of my favorite memes. Let's check them out together. A lot of comparisons to her sounding like a supervillain. Of course, one of the biggest memes that came out of this was Kimberly being compared to Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers.
After 10,000 years, I'm free!
Brilliant. It's one of the funniest things I've seen all year. Except what makes it better to me is that her name is Kimberly, because that's the name of the pink Power Ranger. So it's like the pink Power Ranger had enough, and she's Rita Repulsa now. There's so many villain comparisons. This is another really good one, Ursula.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to come.
This one made me laugh so hard. It says, if you play Kim Guilfoyle's speech in reverse, she invites Putin to interfere in the 2020 election while speaking perfect Russian. That's so good. Besides the thousands of memes, there's also people trying to start the Guilfoyle challenge, where they just do their own interpretation of the speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters of the American dream, the best is yet to come!
I think it's safe to say that on this day, August 25th, 2020, Kimberly Guilfoyle ended up bringing America together. Just not in the way that she meant to. So to wrap this video up, since it worked for Kimberly, it's worth a shot. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, the best is yet to come! Or, subscribe or whatever.